All right, so I would like to go over today's directions for reading and writing. We have 3 days left to finish up this project. So last week, what your job was supposed to be to do was to do your research and create a plan for what you were going to make this week. So creating your plan for your informational essay. So today's the day that you get to turn that plan into something that you create. And so you get to decide what that will look like, if it's going to be in slides or a Google Doc or making a digital poster. But today your job is just to type it out. Okay, so let me go ahead and switch up my screen so we can get started. All right, so let me make it larger for us. Okay, so these are the questions that you guys got to look through. These are the ones that you guys created, and you got to choose which one you wanted to look deeper at and look at more closely. We are pretending that we are an oceanographer in California, and we're trying to bring awareness to a particular topic, so whatever topic that you chose. We are getting graded on separate pieces, so your research was done last week, and now you're in the middle of creating your project, leading to Thursday when you will present the project. I'll go into more detail about that on Thursday. So today you are making your project, just typing it out. Tomorrow you're going to decorate it. Unless you wanted to get started on decorating it today with colors and all that other and pictures and stuff. But your main focus today, I would like it to be in typing it up. And so looking at the steps in the project, we are on what happened to step 4? I just realized 1, 2, 3, and then 5. Okay, we're on step 5, what it says here. We're going to be writing an informational essay using slides, Google Docs, or digital poster. And so you get to design that. I'm going to show you some samples right now. And then if you would like to do this either today or tomorrow, I'll kind of leave it up to you. If you're going to edit and revise your writing, checking that rubric to make sure that you're getting a great performance score. And then tomorrow, your focus for sure will be on adding illustrations, graphics, and color. And we will be presenting this in Flipgrid by the end of the week. All right, so let me show you some samples. Now, I had my informational planner, and I basically made each project just so you can see a sample. You don't have to do it exactly like this, but this is just to get you started. So if you click on Sample Project, let me go ahead and open this up. This is my project, Why Are Oceans Salty? And again, this is a question that nobody else should have picked, right? This is just mine, just to show you a sample. And so what I did is I typed up each of my boxes from my planner into a slide, basically. So I have my title, and then the next slide is my informational essay opener, so my introduction. And so in my introduction, you might notice some of the things we normally put in a planner. There's that hook, have you ever tasted the water at the beach? It sure is salty. I kind of have 2 sentences for my hook. In the sources I reviewed, the authors explained to us why this occurs. The salt in the ocean water is due to several factors. So you'll notice that my sources are called out in that third sentence, really. And then I have a main idea of my entire essay as my final sentence there. Then I go into the next 2 slides. I'm just going to click between the 2. These are my 2 middle paragraphs. And so I put them on their own pages. And so you'll notice my transition. First of all, the ocean gets most of its salt from other bodies of water and land. For example, according to the Mystery Science website, the author shares that tiny salt deposits found in rivers leading into the oceans bring in tiny bits of salt. Over time, this led to a lot of salt buildup. And then my second paragraph, you'll also see a transition in addition, and then I get into the details. This time I also use a direct quote, so that one looks a little different because of the quotations. So, for instance, on page 29 of Questions and Answers about Oceans, the author explains the warmer, less salty. Oh, it's not a direct quote. I just wanted to quote the text itself, or the title of the text. So this is just another example. Here it is. I knew I used a direct quote. According to page 29, it says, when salty ocean water freezes, the ice can no longer hold on to the salt. So there is a direct quote in there too. So there's an example for you to see of that. Conclusion paragraph at the very bottom of our planner usually, so that's on this slide. And then the final slide I have here is my sources. So the actual websites that I used, you should have at least 3 total, including if you wanted to use the text that we read a few weeks ago. So this is an example of slides that you could use. You don't have to use this design if you don't want to, but I do think that it would help you guys to separate your paragraphs out if that's what you choose to do. So that's an example of slides. If you wanted to use my template, which means you wanted the background the same and the design the same, down here when you click on blank template and you click on it, it should automatically take you to a screen to make a copy of it. Should, yep. So as soon as you push make a copy, it's going to give you an empty version of it, and it's going to automatically save it in your drive. So if you're going to build it today, here it is, see? It's empty for you, so you can design it however you want it to look. This is not, I don't have a copy of this in any way, so don't worry about that yet, but by the end of the project, we're going to be taking our link to our project and sending it to the class slides that I made. But just wanted to let you know that tomorrow when you open this back up, if you're choosing to use the template, you would go into your drive to open it, because it's not like me giving it to you in Google Classroom where I have a copy and the copy is always there. Your copy, once you make a copy like this, is in your drive. So you just have to open it up and edit again. All right, so let me show you an example if you were going to type it in a Google Doc. Again, I took my whole essay and I typed it up here. So I have a sample for you so you can see what it could look like. This is what we would do normally in the classroom, where we have it all one big essay. Same information though. You're not doing both of these versions, you're just choosing one. I did both so I can show you what it would look like. So have you ever tasted water at the beach? It sure is salty. In the sources I've reviewed, the authors explain to us why this occurs. The salt in the ocean water is due to several factors. First of all, the ocean gets most of its salt from the bodies of water and land. For example, so you'll notice that the same information is here, but instead of having multiple paragraphs and different slides, all the paragraphs are here on one page. I have my picture. Some kind of graphic is required. Because I'm doing it on Google Doc, I can do just one if I want. The slides, it would look better if there was multiple pictures, right? Maybe one per slide. Sources are still here. So all the pieces to your project is here, just like it was still on the slides. You just have a different way of sharing it. Okay, finally, oh, and if you want the template to that, just a Google Doc, it's down there. Finally, if you were interested in a poster, it's using slides, but the format is different. So I wanted to show you that. It's slides, however, it's extended longer, so it looks more like a piece of paper. And so I have my different paragraphs separated here, you'll notice, in the different boxes, and then the picture that kind of illustrates it. And this ended up being 2 pages, so my conclusion is separate here, and then my sources. So this is just a sample too, if you were interested in making a digital poster. Really depends on your creativity and what you would like to do. So your job is to choose one of those formats, and you can either copy my template, which is the bottom link there, or you just open up your own Google Doc or your own Google Slides and you design it however you want it to look. You're not turning this in today, but your job is to make sure you get it typed today, okay? Tomorrow we'll go into more of like checking the rubric and make sure it looks good, and then going ahead and linking that where it needs to go to turn it in. But today, you just need to type it up. All right, so hopefully that makes sense. If you have any questions, please reach out to me, maybe in Classroom or in the Flipgrid question section. But I think you guys will be fine. You've done this several times before, especially that Google Doc. But if you're interested in slides, I know that you really enjoy making slides too. I've seen that you do that collaboratively often, so I think you'll enjoy today. So I hope you have a great rest of your day, and make sure you get those typed up so we can today. That way we can talk about finishing it up and turning it in and things tomorrow. All right, bye guys.